Hey, it's Scott Christopher here once again with the fabulous Nate, Be the Hero, Nate Woodbury. And we're going to ask Nate today, specifically now, how to run a YouTube channel, your YouTube videos, like a business. Not just willy-nilly putting videos on, but business focused. Look at him. He's got his game face on. Stay here. You're going to want to hear this.
Yeah, I love this topic. Okay, so this is actually what I get asked to speak on at YouTube conferences, even at a podcast conference, because I know how to run YouTube like a business. Many YouTubers start out running YouTube like a hobby. Okay. They make videos because it's fun.
Right.
But then over time, they actually started to build a following, and maybe they get some monetization from YouTube ads. They make money, and they're like, oh, this is a business. So now they're a business owner. And they might even get asked to speak, so now they're a public speaker. They kind of just start wearing all these hats, but they don't know how to run a business. They haven't even had any training or thought of themselves as an entrepreneur before. And so a lot of times I get asked to come in and teach them how to run YouTube like a business. So I'm going to share all the secrets. There's three main strategies that I'm going to share with you that you're going to be blown away by, and that if you apply, will totally transform the way that you run YouTube.
Let me say this before we get into these three strategies, because you might be watching this and you go, well, here's a guy who's telling me all about how to do YouTube, and this video has 47 views, or 110 views, or 5 views. What you have to understand is that Nate doing these videos is not the business he's talking about. This is simply a model of what he does for other people. I mean, you know, when you run YouTube businesses, there's other people out there that he's doing this for.
Some of the videos you expect in order to make money, you've got to get millions of views, and we've got some of those videos. But other videos like this one, all I need is one person to see it and recognize who I am and the services that I offer, and to hire me, and it pays me 6 figures.
And I suspect that's part of really the whole idea of making it a business rather than just a self-perpetuating AdSense machine. You know what I mean? Where you just have a bajillion viewers. Yeah. And you're making, all right, so three keys to doing this. So
if you want this audience to have a little bit of credibility, I've got a channel that in the last 16 months went from making $0 to making over $200,000 per month. So that's just one channel. I've got a channel that in a similar time frame is making 6 figures annually in advertising revenue.
Jeez.
Many other channels that are making 4 and 5 figures of ad revenue, and we've got channels outside of those that I've mentioned that are just lead generation machines, bringing lots of leads for their businesses. And I currently manage 10 daily YouTube channels, which, if you know the work that goes into making YouTube channels, you have to know how to run it like a business.
It is a business. It's 100% a business.
So,
all right.
We'll get into the 3 points.
Yeah.
Point number 1 is outsourcing. If you've seen any of my videos before, I talk a lot about outsourcing, specifically to the Philippines. Now, I'm going to cover all 3 points in this video, and I want to make it valuable, but I don't want it to drag on too long.
Right,
so,
sure.
Outsourcing to the Philippines, there's reasons for using the Philippines, but we'll not talk about that specifically. We'll talk about why you need to hire an editor. We'll just use that as an example.
Okay.
If you're running a YouTube channel and you're wearing all the hats, you're the talent, you're the one on camera, you're coming up with all the ideas, the story, or whatever, the content, but you're also filming, you're also the editor, editing takes a lot of time.
Boy.
Editing is one of the things that most of my YouTube friends have the hardest time letting go of, because it's
their vision.
It's part of their creation.
Yeah, it's who they are. Right.
But my argument is that they can put all their creativity into the filming, to really capturing the best shots and creating that story, and then they can hire an editor to do the editing. This video that you're watching right now is being edited, or has been edited by the time you watch it, by my team in the Philippines. I don't do any of the editing. Yeah. We do hundreds and hundreds of episodes every month, and they do all the editing for that. I'm doing the filming, and I'm currently hiring somebody. By the way, if you are looking to apprentice me or whatnot, I'm looking for somebody to help me with the filming. That's a side note.
He's getting busy. That's the thing. You got to run it like a business. You need employees.
Okay, so we're talking about outsourcing. Even if you hired somebody that could only do 90% as good of a job of you as editing, meaning there's still some tweaks and stuff. They just freed up 90% of your time, so you have 90% of this time back, so you have your life back, and then you just go in and you can tweak it whatever you want to polish it. So that's the first strategy. I could talk a lot more about, but
and he has.
In fact,
should other videos.
I'm just going to give you a reference here. You can see some of my other videos, but if you want to see where I find people in the Philippines, because there's a whole website. It's kind of like a jobs.com for people in the Philippines that want to work for Americans, and you can go peruse their resumes and search for them and hire them directly. It's called virtualassistanttool.com. So I'll just let you check that out if that's something that you're interested in. Okay, this next one, this is also a very big one. Keyword research before filming. Now, SEO has been preached and preached and preached even before YouTube for many, many years. We've just, SEO, keyword research, it's got to be long tail or this or that. We're sick of it, right? Okay.
Well, some of us.
I'm sick of it.
Yeah, you would be.
I'm sick of it.
You worked in it for a long time.
I did.
Yeah.
But here's the reality. Even the SEO experts, that everyone's doing it backwards on YouTube. Everyone is doing it backwards on YouTube. They make a video and then they optimize the video and do keyword research and put in the right keyword tags.
Oh, right.
That is such the wrong backwards way. You've heard me talk about the right way to do it, so you kind of understand. My clients kind of key into this, but when I say everyone that doesn't know me does it wrong. Okay, here's the right way to do keyword research. You do keyword research first and let that research determine your video topics that you're going to film on. So for example, if I'm going to make a video, every topic that we're filming on today, even this video, had keyword research done ahead of time. So I'll just know ones in my head real quick. So if you came to me and said, hey Nate, I want to make a video about my remedy for a sore throat. So if we were just to choose, we might call this amazing sore throat remedy. Okay? But I've done keyword research on this, and I found a phrase that was really long, really specific, and it had hundreds of searches each month, 9 words long, how to get rid of strep throat without antibiotics. It's a lot more specific, and in filming that video, we would narrow our message down to that exact topic.
Yeah, makes sense.
So people that are watching it are going to be people that really, you're connecting with the right people even more, so the video is going to perform better because they're going to watch it long. Anyway, you're going to rank day one for that video instead of never ranking at all, because that's what you've got to do. That's strategy number 2, is do keyword research before filming. I do want to share a story, because this just happened last week. It's a client that I've been working with for a year, and I filmed 20 videos in a day with my clients, which that's kind of a spoiler alert for something that I'm going to talk about in a minute. She sent me over, we do keyword research in advance. We have for the last year. We give her all these titles to choose from, and she sent me over a list of 20 titles. And I look at this list and I'm just like, these are not going to work. One of the titles I liked. One of the titles was specific, was searchable, but the other 19, when we were planning on starting filming, I said, you know what? I'm committed to the success of this channel. We've got to pick 19 new titles. So, okay, I said for title number 2, what were you going for? What content are you going to cover? And then I dug and this is what we're going to title the video. Tweak your content a little bit to match this title. Okay, let's move on. What's number 3? We spent 2 hours. Oh, but I know that 2 hours was so well spent, because by the end of it, we had videos matching titles. We did the keyword research ahead of time, that I know that those videos are going to perform better. It's like when you put a video on Facebook, it might get some traction by your friends and stuff that watch it in the immediate day or two. Yeah. But after a couple of weeks, it's never seen again. If we would have filmed her original 20 videos, that's what would have happened. They would have been seen by her tribe, and then they would have disappeared and never been seen again. I ensured that her videos are going to be seen 1 year from now, 5 years from now. They're going to continue to perform better and better and better over time, and have a chance of getting huge spikes like we see in a lot of our videos. So you've got to do keyword research before filming. If not, you're wasting your time, man. Okay. Okay, so point number 3, I spoiled it. It was film 20 episodes at a time. So you're running a business. I work with entrepreneurs, people that are really busy. They're not just hobbyists that have been making videos or have time to make videos. but they have busy schedules. They run companies, they have teams, they put on events, they serve, they have families. And so when I tell them we're going to do 20 episodes a month, they're thinking we're going to meet together and film every day, 20 days. So we plan out, we do the keyword research ahead of time, and then, we're filming 20 episodes today.
That's what we're doing.
And this is episode 11, and under number 11, this morning I went through and I bullet pointed all of these points. And I just prepared. So now when we hit record, we film it. So we film 20 episodes at a time. That's how I'm able to currently, I'm producing and filming, and my team's doing all the editing for 10 daily YouTube channels. That means 10 days of each month I'm filming 20 plus episodes. Last week I had a day where I filmed 36 episodes in one day.
That's efficiency. That's why you need to hire another videographer.
I do need another videographer.
Yeah.
I mean, I do have room for more clients, but
you want to get your life back.
I'm a lazy guy.
But when you say run it like a business, that's one way you can do it. I mean, you have your team in the Philippines, but even here locally, you can start to outsource. You can start to hire someone else who does some of those things, because you do have little kids and a life.
So I enjoy vlogging, and recently on my channel you've seen some more vlogging style episodes, but majority of those, they're actually filmed in batches. We rented a waterfront cabin up in Island Park, Idaho. Oh, that's my paradise. That was the best vacation ever. Okay, during that week...
But he digresses.
During that week, I did film 22 episodes. I filmed 22 episodes while on vacation. Some of them were kind of like product demonstrations. I had this cooking stove that I tried out. We had this inflatable island we put out on the reservoir. But other ones I did how-to videos, but I actually was out on a canoe and out on a paddleboard and did some episodes like that.
People would argue that you're working while you're on vacation.
I was just filming, that because I outsourced all my editing. All I did was the filming part. So sure, I was working. And
dads do that anyway.
But that vacation was so relaxing.
Yeah.
Like earlier in the summer, we went to Disneyland for 4 solid days, and I thought about vlogging, but for that I'm like, you know what? I do not want to carry my camera around. I don't want to vlog at Disneyland. I just did not want to do that. We went near Island Park. It's near Yellowstone National Park. I vlogged around all the geysers and stuff, and it was a lot of fun.
Well, the other thing too, when you're doing it that way, the whole thing is a business trip.
Yeah, we rode off.
Seriously, I mean,
we rode off our cabin.
Everything you're doing is a business trip. So if you plan it that way and you make it that way, you go, look, we're going to have kind of a working vacation, but it's going to be so much fun, and we're going to be able to write it off. But don't worry, Daddy, next time we go on vacation just for 3 or 4 days to Disneyland, I'm only going to take family photos. I'm going to enjoy the rides, because I find myself doing the same thing where I'm.
This is real, and this is huge.
Everything's a story, and it's like I got to put it away.
This summer we had 3 vacations. We did Disneyland for 4 days, then we did several days down at Arches National Park and Goblin Valley, and Moab.
Right.
And then we did the cabin up in Island Park for a week that we actually extended for 2 more days because it was so fun. Okay, 2 of those trips I wrote off. I wrote off the rental of the cabin. I did not write off the food, but I wrote off the rental of the cabin because I made some videos that were relevant to that. I wrote off the hotel down in Moab because I vlogged about Goblin Valley. I vlogged about Slick Rock Bike Trail. I vlogged about the hotel that we stayed at. I vlogged about Arches National Park, and one other one that I can't say. Oh, a restaurant that we went to. And so I wrote off several things for that. But the Disneyland trip, I didn't do anything business related. If I would have, I could have written off the mileage that we drove, but anyway.
So in terms of treating this like a business, that might not have made the list of tips, but it ought to. And that is treat it like a business. I mean, when you go off and you do these types of trips where you're filming and shooting, think about the efforts that you're making, the editing that you're doing as part of your own business, whether you're incorporated or not, although you probably ought to be at some juncture, make a little S corp or whatever it is. But for tax purposes, you're thinking about what you're doing. I mean, that's a business. That's not just a self-employed guy.
Yeah, I've got one more tip, and it's kind of me sharing a weakness. So I'm like being a little bit vulnerable here. This is hopefully it's valuable. So I have 10, as I mentioned, I have 10 daily YouTube channels.
Oh, you're going to say 10 children. Well, you are vulnerable.
Just 3 children.
Oh.
Okay, I have been really good at helping my clients have the discipline to film 20 episodes in a day. Therefore, if we do 5 videos a week that's 4 weeks worth of content that we
Right.
film in one day. But and I've been doing this for several years. For 4 years, I've been filming in batches like that with my clients. But with myself, I really struggled.
Yeah.
But I found a solution. My struggle is that when I would plan out topics, because there was no one holding me accountable, I would only film a few videos at a time. I just couldn't do daily. So now I've got an accountability person here named Scott Christopher who's filming these videos with me. Because we had today scheduled, I had to plan out 20 topics. I've got to do it.
Another person is depending on it. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyway,
So
I share
partner
that.
up, yeah.
I share that as like know what your reality is. If you've got to hire me to ensure that you film 20 videos, I'm obviously open to game for that. I have a specific type of client that I work with. I like working with influencers. I like working with people that really have a message that the masses need to hear, and that they know that if we run a campaign for a year that you know how to convert traffic into 7 figures.
Mm-hmm.
If that's you, then let's talk. But find your discipline. Like, find a way that you can realistically discipline yourself and then film 20 episodes in a day. Outsource. And what was my middle tip? Do keyword research before filming. You'll be a lot happier because you're actually running YouTube like a business. You'll be a lot more successful, and you'll have your life back.
That was something. You were amazing in this video.
Thank you. I'll pay you after.
Yes.
For those compliments.
Well, it's at some point.
So what do you think the viewers should do?
Well, I mean, I'm telling you, if you like this at all, if it made any sense to you, and it should have, you should subscribe or ring the little bell there, little icon bell, and make sure that you get messages. What is it? A notification that a new video is ready?
Yeah, email will come from YouTube.
Bing, bang, boom.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow.